All right, folks, we are back out of the park baseball 22 in the year 2027. Heightened pressure on this season because it is potentially the last dance with the core that we have before we either have a couple down seasons or reload through trading some players. So I might just go all in for this year. We don't have a great chance, to be quite frank with you. We are 10.5 games out of first place, mostly because the Brewers have caught fire here over the month of the end of May and then through July. So have we, but they had a much better place to start than we did. So that's the perspective we're coming from. Some things to keep in mind. Today's the first-year player draft, which we will go through today. And I really want to try to go all in to win this year. The only thing that we have the ability to win, really, unless there's some incredible collapse by the Brewers, is the wild card. We're 4.5 back. We are on the periphery. We're sitting here at, July 12th? Or July 11th, whatever it is. We are on the periphery of the wild card race. 4.5 games. You can definitely make that up over the course of the second half of the season. So we'll see what deals are out there to make, and if we can shed salary but bring back some cost-controlled talent. Instead, that's great. That's a great thing. But I want to point out something that I had noticed as I was going through statistics. And I know in the last video I just kind of simmed like a madman, simmed the first half of the season. And it really was because we had nothing we could do. We can't sign anybody. We're, from a trading perspective, we are kind of stuck. We can't take on that much salary, and I wanted to see if maybe we could get out of the rut that we were in, and we did. We started the season we had a bad little dip there at the end of May, but we came back a little bit. So, I know we simmed like a mad person. I didn't spend much time going through the wins. I know that's what I like to do. That is what I do, but I guess I was just so hyper focused on getting to this decision time that's really all I thought about. So, yeah, but one thing I did notice going back and looking through the statistics, we're going to go to the lineup here. We're going to sort by WAR. One of the better players for us has been Danny Chaparro, who, if you remember, we drafted him last year with the 37th pick. So he was the second of our compensatory selections. And he has 1.7 WAR. He played 13 games at Double-A and jumped right up to the majors. And he's mashing 125 OPS plus, 831 OPS. He's hitting over 300. I mean, solid defense in center field, much better than Travis Swaggerty's. I think it was 50. Can play multiple positions, has speed on the base paths. I mean, this guy has turned out to be a freaking stud. So far, he has made us look very smart. But not only him, that was all I wanted to go through there on the lineup side. But our other draft pick, who I don't know if, I think he's injured, so he's not going to be here. Let's see. Sean Bacon, 1.2 WAR. Is a pitcher, 16 Ks per 9. Drafted him last year, and again, he's the only person I've ever seen in this format, in this game, that had 5 stars right from the start. I've seen potential 5 stars. He had overall 5 stars, and it is come to fruition. I mean, he has averaging 0.4 home runs per 9, only 1.8 walks per 9. He struggled more in Bradenton than he did in frickin' the major leagues. So, I mean, the last year's draft class so far looking very good for us. So, We're gonna keep it moving. I was gonna start getting into potential deal, whatever. We'll draft today. We'll worry about the draft today. We'll come back, and then we'll go from there. So we will start. Oh, continue draft. I didn't know I started it. Okay, so we have, what pick was that? The 18th pick of the draft. All right. So I don't have anyone on a short list here. So we're just going to, no, don't want to do that. We'll just auto draft until Pittsburgh. Scouting director thinks we should take who? Bobby Kidrowski. We're on all pitchers. Let's go to all players. There's Bobby. That's who they think we should take. All right. Looks like a pretty decent level of skill so far, to be quite frank. Our head scout likes a little bit more than OSA. Could develop into a productive regular on a contending team. But he's the catcher. That is huge. Honestly, that is huge. Defensive ability? Nah. Base paths? Ugh. Does what he needs in order to be in shape. I also don't like that. I'm going to search by personality and see. I doubt, based on what that little blurb said. I need to find a way to make this easier to read. Okay, he's not there in the Ks. He's probably in the normal, I would bet, where most people are. Hey, it's not bad to not be a leader. I just want to know what I'm getting myself into here. Come on, let's get to the Ks. All right, there he is. Normal, greed high. Okay, everything else is normal. So, all right, that actually, something like that could influence a selection there. So we'll go back up here to potential. So Bobby was who they wanted us to take. He's the best position player on the board, it looks like. Everyone else is a relief pitcher. We have Quaidar. Oh, man, that's another name. He must be. Whoa, look at this profile. High schooler. Nickname Pongo. Quater. We're going to call him Quater. Wow. On the base paths. Crushing it. What's OSA think? Pretty highly. He could have an elite hit tool, it looks like. Scouting. Draw 60 walks each year. Above average. Everyday big leaguer. Plays second base. OSA, what do they think of him? Potential to draw a fair number of walks. All right. That is really interesting there. Okay, so this is now OSA, or what they think. All right, so this is the agency ranking. That's me knocking my cup of coffee around on the table as I'm thinking. Huh. What was the accuracy? I do want to make sure. Let me just make sure we're looking at the same thing here. Bobby, high. Okay, accuracy. Quadier, very high accuracy. 6'4" second baseman. I feel like there's definitely... Yeah, exactly. There's definitely... there are not many second basemen that are 6'4", 6'4" inches. As a former second baseman myself, and just hair over 5'10", actual 5'10", not 5'8" rounding up, an actual 5'10". I never spent a lot of time looking up at any fellow second basemen that much. So I feel like this is, he might play second now, but he has some room to fill out. 6'4", 185. There's definitely some power in that frame. Definitely power in that frame. A couple home runs at the high school level. Very few strikeouts. Stolen bit. Yeah, we're going to go with Quadier. And we're going to hope that defense improves a little bit there. Yeah, we're going to go with Quadier. I know they want me to take Bobby. God damn it, Bobby. He's more advanced. Definitely further along in the process. Could probably play a little next year. Just terrible at bat against righties, though. What's Quadier's? What's his splits look like? Yeah, I mean, that switch, that's another huge plus. All right, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with Quadir. Quadir. Drafted. Boom. All right, now let's auto draft and see if Bobby goes. I'm sure he will. Probably be like the next pick. Fathead. That was a crazy nickname. Fathead. I do not believe that we have any compensatory picks because both the ones we offered signed with us, and the other one, Jazz Chisholm, we did not offer him one, and he left. So, I mean, if Bobby could somehow fall to us, that would be quite the coup, I think. Ooh, it's going to be close, I think. It's going to be close. Unless there are some pitchers on the board that everyone wants. Come on. A few more picks. Ah! Damn. Red Sox, of course. Fucking Red Sox. Pardon my French. I've just given up on the not swearing thing here on this channel. Okay. Let's see what the scouting director thinks. Kevin Bowden. I feel like I know a Kevin Bowden. I mean, relatively advanced. Looks like there's a cap, around average hitting for a shortstop. Speed looks good. That defense, I doubt it's that bad. I expect modest production once he fully develops. Could hit 15 home runs. Great threat to steal a base. What does OSA believe? Above average big league shortstop. What are splits? Better against lefties. Okay. If this was a high school profile, I would be very excited. But the fact that he's 22 already, I don't know. That might make me that puts me off just a tad bit. What other options do we have here? Let's look at, let's trust, again, we always default to our scout first. High accuracy, I shouldn't say very high accuracy. Sam Bixby. Wow. This is another kind of Alec Thomas profile. 6'2" center fielder. Great range. Everyday workouts are a testament to his work ethic. Okay. Because OSA has him rated low, I feel like we could maybe wait and get him in another round, in the next round. Solid starter at center fielder. That's what our head scout thinks. Vie for a roster spot. I think he could be someone that falls to us. Bixby. Looks like he doesn't bat great at all against lefties, which is a detriment there for a high pick like him. Let's see. Who else do we have? Blankenship. Not interested in that profile. I mean, he definitely has some flexibility there. Curious to say, it looks like he's limited at the plate. Defensive marvel as he matures. Top of the scale speed. Great feel for the strike zone as when to lay off a pitch. What's OSA think of him? Okay, he might be someone who's gone before we pick again. Let me just take a look at Bowden one more time. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. And we'll take a chance on Bowden here. We'll draft them. All right. So the players that we don't hope go. Oh, did I not make that selection? Oh, sorry. How did that change? How did that literally change? Eric Hill now they want me to take. You just suggested me somebody else. What? How is that? It's so weird. Where'd he go? Did I misclick something and just like... Oh, yeah. Oh, third pick. Okay, so we must have taken him. Hold on. Okay, we did. Okay. There we go. All right. All right. I didn't know it automatically simmed there. I was like, wait, they just told me to draft someone else. So, okay, so Sam Bixby was the one that we didn't want to see go. And I can't remember the name of the other one, but it looks like he probably did. So we'll take Bixby. Okay. We'll auto draft. Is Eric Hill still around? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Joe Martin. I don't know if I like that there. Scouting director. God, why am I so addicted to taking relief pitchers? Nickname is Sushi Boy. Okay. Sushi Boy. That's interesting. Let's see Josh Gray. Oh, wow. Wow, gap power already a 75? What? What? This is bizarre. So what, this guy just hit doubles all... Yep, looks like he actually does hit doubles all the time. Okay. A little weird. Average big leaguer. Okay, I mean, that tool is already very well developed. That was Josh Gary, correct? I think I might have called him Gray. Josh Gary. All right. All right. This will be our last pick here. Caleb Gagenstan. Bubble. He's on the bubble for holding down a big league rule, apparently. Will be ineffective as a starter. Oh, okay, that's not great. Our boy Chris is still there. We'll take him. Sushi Boy. We'll take Sushi Boy. All right, so that's the draft. All right, so a couple position players. We got a reliever in there. Again, this is the... Well, I shouldn't say the bad part, but it's just different. We're not going to know how successful this was until next year, probably, or more likely 2 years from now. So, well, we finished the draft today. So when we come back over the All-Star break, I'm going to make some, well, potentially make some trades if there's good value there. But I think that's interesting what we found out about Danny Chaparro today. It makes Travis Swaggerty a little bit more expendable, which could open some things up. So I'm interested to see what's available. I mean, we're looking really for starting pitching. Our bullpen ERA, fantastic. Our offense, very good. If we're looking for anything, it's either going to be home runs, which, I mean, at this point, what can we do? Or we're going to look for starters. And I feel like the need here is starters, and that could push us into contention for the wild card spot. So, but hey, it could also not. Could also be a major issue. And then we need to make the trades now. I know this sounds wild. If we make the trades now, we have 2 weeks to see how it goes. And then if it goes poorly, then we ship I mean, it's like a touch-and-go situation here. But it's really weird. I don't think I've ever had a season where so many people are in the final year of their contract and, you know, important players are in the final year of their contract. So, and a team that's also relatively close to contention, so it makes it very difficult to say, are we going to ditch them? Because we don't want to. These players who are up after this year, these are types of players that you can get some return for, so you don't want to lose them for nothing. So, anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching our draft. Came out with a few players I think that will be good in a couple years. But thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video, and let's make a push for the playoffs here, baby. Let's go Bucks.